Well, welcome to Words for the Journey, words of faith, life, hope, and love for the journey of faith, a journey of life. Today I'm together with Dale Lund, our worship director at Nelson Avenue. And it's a bit of a series of interviews we're doing with members of our church community. We've talked with someone about the theme of fathering in the Bible and fathering in our lives. And then we've also done an interview with one of our poets in our church community. And today we're talking with Dale, who's a songwriter. And I just want to ask Dale, how did you start writing songs, or how did like when in your life did that start developing?
Well, when I was a kid, my family was pretty musical, and I always liked listening to the radio. And whenever there was a song that would just catch my ear, I just thought, wow, that's really great. But then in my teens, I started learning guitar, and then I wanted to write my own songs. So I started, with some simple songs.
Okay, so this started in your
Probably about
school?
17 was
Okay.
maybe the first song I wrote, yeah.
Can you remember the first song?
Uh,
Or one of the first
yeah,
songs?
one of the first ones, it went something like this. It's in these precious moments I feel your presence ever near. And in these quiet times with you, I sense your hand on my shoulders, watching and guiding as I go, blessing and comforting my soul. Something like that.
Wow. Well, for 17, that's pretty good. So it started fairly young, and you've been at this now for a number of years.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of writing songs, like how does the process go for you? Like, does it just bang, there's a song, or do you spend a lot of time thinking about the lyrics and the kind of music?
Yeah, sometimes a lyric will come to me. For example, I remember one time I was listening on the radio when I was driving. It was a radio preacher, and he was saying, "You know, we can walk on the moon, but can we walk with Jesus?" And I thought, wow, that's a good line for a song. So I went something like...
You stole it.
Yeah, so I went something like this. You can walk on the moon, far above the earth. You can walk to the bank, see how much you're worth. But if you don't walk with the Lord, where are you walking to? See that kind of
Okay.
thing. Fall in step with Jesus.
So you heard the preacher, and then
Yeah,
shortly afterwards?
sure. And sometimes it's been just something that in my devotions, in things that I've been thinking about, I think there's a truth here that I want to get out. And so I would start trying to formulate some lyrics. Sometimes it takes a long time. And sometimes I just have a tune, and I think, this is a good tune, I need to find a song to put to it.
Okay. So we can go first lyrics, then the music,
Sometimes.
and sometimes the music,
Yeah.
and then I gotta find some lyrics.
And then sometimes it just happens all together. Yeah.
Typically, how long would it take you to write a song? Like, I mean, I know there's probably different lengths of time, but is there like a general, you need at least a day or a week or a month or?
Sometimes if I spend a full day at it, I can maybe write a song.
Okay.
Sometimes it's a song that just I can see it out clearly. You know, a first, a second, maybe a third verse, a chorus. It's just all comes together, and it can even come in an hour.
Okay.
Not too many of those.
Right. But a few of them.
Yeah.
Okay. How about like musical influences? Are there certain artists, bands, or kind of musical tastes that have influenced your writing and the music that you're producing?
Sure. Well, when I was a teenager, kid, teenager, songs I was listening to there were some Christian ones. Maybe you don't know, a lot of people might not remember these, but Larry Norman, Randy Stonehill, Second Chapter of Acts, a group called Love Song, and Chuck Girard. And then there was Keith Green.
Keith
later.
Green.
Yeah.
I remember him.
Yeah. Those were the early ones as far as the Christian content, but as far as a lot of musical styles, it was just Beatles, all kinds of, from rock to jazz and folk and things like that. Yeah, but then later, so maybe some of the more recent influences that I've appreciated. Another one is Josh Garrels. I'm not sure if you've heard of him.
Sorry, Josh.
Yeah, you should look him up. He's a good songwriter. Yeah, and there's some others I can't actually think of them right now.
Okay. But there are people in the past, people in the present.
Yeah.
Who you're listening to, sometimes in contact with, or are there people that you connect with regarding songwriting?
There was a time when we were living in Tennessee for about 5 years, around 2000 to 2005, I guess. Or no, it was a little earlier than that. But I was involved in a Christian coffee house, and I was the arts director for it. And there was a lot of music going on, a lot of songwriters, and we were back and forth, just inspiring each other. And there was some jazz influences and folk influences and rock, just different kind of influences that really. That was a period of time where I was writing a lot of songs. But then there was also another time in the early '90s. I was at a church where there was 4 worship bands, and each one had a songwriter.
Oh.
So we were producing a lot of original songs,
Okay.
and it inspired each of us to when someone would come up with a song, the other one would want to come up with a song. So that was a good time.
Now, as you look over your songs, you've been writing for a while. Are there a particular theme or themes that you find you kind of keep returning to, or is there a general message you send out, you think, from your songs?
Well, all of my songs, I want to make sure that they have the Lord in them. I mean, it's just an expression, of course, of my life and what He's doing in my life. And sometimes they're observations of just life in general, and it might not be stated clearly, but He's in there. There's sort of redemption in the songs. I always try to write a song that someone, if they listen to it, they might find hope. They might find grace and find Jesus. For example, I've been singing songs. Like, for example, I sang a song about my daughter when she was a baby, and it was a prayer for her. And when I sang this song, and I would say, "Dear Jesus, please help me love her, teach her, be her daddy." Because I would say to people when I introduced it that, this is a little baby daughter, and I was just a young man. I've never been a girl, of course. I don't know how they think, and how do I love her? And so I appealed to the Lord who gave her to me for the wisdom. And when I would tell that story and I would sing that song, I would get, young women would come to me and they'd say, "Oh, thank you for that song." It just made them feel that God loved them so much. That was really interesting about how God used that song.
Do you want to play a part of that song for us now?
Sure. I steal quietly into her room and gaze lovingly at my sleeping beauty, as her tiny form curls up in the corner of her crib, and I'm moved by a strong sense of duty to get down on my knees and pray. Please, Jesus, teach me how to love her, to be her friend, her teacher, her protector, her daddy. In this motionless moment, perfect peace is nearly mine, as I sing softly with affection to my daughter. But the moment is soon lost as I ponder on her future and the burdens that lay heavy on the heart of a father. I get down on my knees and pray. Please, Jesus, please reach her and love her and be her friend, her teacher, her protector, her everything. Yeah, be her friend, her teacher, her protector, her everything. And I know these days will pass by in no time at all. Soon I'll be an old man and she'll be a lady, and all of our hopes and prayers for our child we invest into the hands of God. Well, she's just a baby. Whoa, whoa. Yeah. And I imagine everyone who will come across her way. I imagine as I face them what I'd say. This is my daughter, treat her with dignity. She's my treasure, my princess, treat her like royalty. I get down on my knees and pray. Please, Jesus, teach me how to love her, to be her friend, her teacher, her protector, her daddy. To be her friend, her teacher, her protector, her daddy.
Very much a prayer. I mean, as
Yeah,
you're saying,
yeah.
right, you're introducing it. I thought, oh yeah, it sounds very prayerful, right? The moment, I can almost picture it, and then this chorus of crying out to Christ for help and wisdom and the love that you want and
that's
need.
it, yeah.
Okay, all right. You know, you of course are a songwriter and you're a Christian, follower of Jesus. Are there places that you go to in the Bible, maybe not simply for a inspiring phrase for a song, but are there places in the Bible you go to say, oh, that's an example to you of songwriting, or does the Bible give us any direction in terms of writing songs, that sort of maybe principles or a way of doing that honors God?
Well, I see in the parables that Jesus is always telling stories. And so I like to tell stories in my songs, and in those stories, you can see the truth. Like, for example, I have one song, it talks about a monster under the bed. You know, it's like this, just a... There's a monster in the bedroom, just underneath the bed, and he's crawling out to get me as soon as the lights go out. And then it says, the chorus is like, hold my hand, keep me walking in the bright light. And this is a song alluding to our fears, but not only our fears, but the sin that's crouching at the door, like God told Cain
Oh.
to be careful.
Oh,
And so this song is just about this sort of monster. It's underneath the bed, underneath
Wow.
the stairs, in the head, even if as soon as I turn around, it's trying to get me.
well, that's a pretty vivid image. Dale, thanks for sharing those responses and something of your life regarding songwriting with us. And hopefully it's been helpful. It's been helpful to me to hear you talk about that, but hopefully helpful to those who have been watching, maybe inspiring some of us to be songwriters. So thanks for joining us for this segment of Words for the Journey, words of faith, life, hope, and love for the journey of faith, the journey of life.